Chuseok is one of the most important celebrations in South Korea, where the Harvest Festival takes place and is translated as Thanksgiving. According to Korean beliefs, the ancestors were the ones who looked after the good of the family, and therefore they were responsible for the good or the bad results of the harvest. Therefore, on this autumn festival, thanks are given for the harvest to the deceased members of the family. The Chuseok is a ritual very similar to the one that takes place in Mexico for the Day of the Dead, since an altar is prepared where food and drinks, rice cakes, traditional liquor, and rice for the new harvest are placed, in front of which prayers are said and the ancestors are revered, to later go onto the pantheon where the tombs are cleaned and the weeds are removed and a small ritual is performed.
What does Chuseok mean? The literal translation of Chuseok is late autumn, seok, afternoon, but it usually translates Thanksgiving or Harvest Festival.
When is Chuseok celebrated? Chuseok is celebrated on the day when the largest full moon of the year is seen, the 50th day of the 8th month of the lunar calendar. It normally coincides at the end of September or the beginning of October.
Chuseok is like a Korean Christmas because there are two fundamental things to do: eat and rest. In addition, there are some typical Chuseok meals, cooked as jeon and sampyeon. Jeon. The jeon consists of different buttered and grilled foods that can be food in vegetables, fish, or tofu. This dish is usually accompanied by a typical alcoholic drink called matgoli, which is obtained through the fermentation of wheat and rice. Sampyeon, the Korean sweet. The sampyeon is a traditional Korean sweet that consists of a rice dough called tteokyeon with various fillings. Normally, they are filled with a sesame paste, cheese nut, and beans. Although today there are many other flavors. Clothing. Hanbok is the traditional Korean dress. They are often characterized by bright colors and simple lines without pockets. Although the term literally means Korean clothing, the word hanbok today specifically refers to the hanbok of the Joseon period and is worn as semi-formal or formal clothing during festivals and celebrations.